Well, this is the final product. Meaning my eyeballs. I can see perfectly. 20/20, definitely. Sometimes I get slight blurriness, but I just have to use Trazodex. And I have to use Largicel, which isn't that bad. I think I have to use one of them every hour and the other one every 4 hours. But to be honest, I ran through these puppies without using those that much. Like maybe I'll hit it once or twice, maybe 3 times a day of whatever one, not even following what was prescribed. At first my eyes were like really dry and those help out, but I read online that if you rely on those, you're really gonna rely on them. Like your eyes just get drier and drier. I don't know. Maybe it's a crutch kind of thing, or maybe it's just me in my own head. I still use them, but I use them sparingly. My eyes feel pretty good overall. In this eye, like right above here, it feels like there's a little slight thing, but there's not much of irritation. I can feel it sometimes. Hit with one of these, it's gone. I assume that's where the cut was made, or maybe scar tissue of some sort, if that's a thing in this current LASIK world. My other eye, perfectly fine. I'd say the difference in vision between the eyes, slight for this one, maybe slight, but it could just be me opening and closing my eye, or my eye just like focusing. Overall, not mad about the experience. It was not an out-of-box experience, let it be known. This is not book your $2,500 or $3,000 LASIK trip. This is not your, how do I say, book your Airbnb and a special event and sign up and we're having everything planned for you. This was totally planned. Took time, this took energy, it took months of planning, it took years of wanting to do this. It took little tiny things to motivate me to actually push past those small barriers. So I want to say a special thank you to a few people. Raphael for the recommendation from Reddit. Angie was there for me and she was like my nurse. Daphne, because she made my trip, I went on a little shopping spree. Really fun, and I appreciate her being my translator. Diego was the individual I met going out with these eyeballs, which I'm gonna tell you, I went out in less than a week. I was going out drinking, doing what I wanted, and smoking. Shout out to Diego for being a really cool and open individual. So overall, it was a great trip. It wasn't something that you could just buy. It was something planned. It was something thought about. And the price point is lower. Yes. The stress level, I would say higher comparatively if you went to American one. But the thing is, my education about my eyes, my relationships that I gained, and the overall experience, couldn't trade it. No. This is, as we say, living life. You could definitely go to San Francisco, Atlanta, Seattle, like I did. Pay that $4,500 to $5,500 before tax. Get your date booked on your little topography and refraction, and the following week or maybe a month later, get your eyes done and then go home. It's all done and easy. You took your money, it's all good. Or you could book a trip to Mexico City. Maybe any Mexican city, to be honest. But just having the right doctor. Getting a recommendation from another American that's had LASIK. Going online, meeting people via different avenues, and just chatting with them, trying to learn the language. Get yourself mentally prepared and packed to go to another country. landing in said country, going to Airbnb, meeting with random people you've met online, eating random street food or other foods, or going to restaurants that you plan to go to during a pandemic of some sorts. It's not the same type of pandemic in America right now. You could get a COVID shot at your local Walgreens or CVS, it seems like. Over there, people are leaving the country or going to very far northern cities to just get their first COVID shot. And we're privileged to say that as Americans. Overall, the pandemic there is not over. Yeah, people aren't following the rules, but there's a lot of attitudes towards it. And it's easing, but it's not like in America. Don't think that this was just a fun trip that had no repercussions. But going back to it, being in Mexico City during a pandemic, enjoying the city for about 8 or 9 days, eating out every single day, having Ubers, or as they call it, DDs, every single day, like 20, maybe 30, possibly even 40 Uber rides I had. I would have paid easily over $1,000 in America. I don't think I scratched 150 bucks with all the Ubers. Getting the surgery. I mean, that's the timeline, really. You can look back in the video and kind of piece it together, but it all happens so fast in my mind when you're having fun. So I would much rather do the second part, which is instead of paying that 5,500 bucks, going out there in the world and getting your eyes done, going back home and going back to your life, I took a vacation of sorts. Met some great people, made some great relationships, had some great experiences. I think I got the same LASIK treatment, maybe even better. Did I mention I had a private driver? Yeah, so I really like Mexico City. I would recommend people see it. Definitely compare it to your own city and see the pros and the cons. See what luxury is in another city. Think about the small things, because that's what I really got to appreciate. Bottled water, gosh, have you seen like a liter, like a 2-liter bottle of water like this big? I'm not even kidding, they're huge. I wish it's someone like this in America, but you know, this is very, you buy this and it's not everywhere. I'm telling you, something of this size, maybe bigger, double this, you can buy it at every single local store. And that's a need. That's a need, especially because you're not drinking out of the tap. Small things like that. I'll get into more in another video, but I just want to put something up because having so much fun. There was a lot of little things that happened. My buddy Key came out. He needed to use my computer, so I didn't have access to it. So let's put this first video up, and I'll try to put everything together over the week and just keep pushing out the content. Anyways, thanks for listening if you got this far. Have a good day.